Yep. I saw Maxxxine, the third installment in the X series. Oh, man. Let me tell you, straight off the bat, this was a good movie. I loved it. I enjoyed it. It was good. It was good. We see our hero Maxxxine from the first film X. Remember, the second film is a prequel, Pearl, taking place 80 years beforehand, and it shows played by Mia Goth. Funny enough, Mia Goth, you know. And here's some trivia: Mia Goth played both old Pearl and young Maxxxine in X. So this woman has some talent on her because she's able to bring it with those acting skills. Okay, so where does Maxxxine take us? Well, it's 1985. Okay, that's the zeitgeist, and it's centered around the Hollywood strip. She's in Hollywood. She's trying out for a part in a horror movie, and while she's doing that, she's doing her usual profession to try to make ends meet. She has an agent, played by Esposito. This is a very star-studded movie, by the way. Has a lot of people, and he takes care of her and makes sure she's good. And then her past comes back to creep up on her. What past are we talking about? We're talking about the events of 1979 that happened in X. X takes place in 1979. Maxxxine takes place 6 years later in 1985. So you have the nostalgia. You have, as an 80s guy, as an 80s teenager, I remembered the songs, which they played a lot of. I remember the way it felt. The movie felt like an 80s film. It felt like an 80s movie. It looked like I was popping in a VHS and watching something from the 80s. That's how it made me feel. And I loved that. I appreciated that so much. But aside from that, so the past comes back to creep up on Maxxxine, and she's getting her big break finally to become a star, right? Because that's what she wants to be, a star. I kind of like how he did that, a star. But this one thing is getting in her way. It's getting in her way. So you see her trying to navigate through that, trying to solve the problem. Apparently there's a killer that's I don't want to spoil too much, but let me just say that it involves Richard Ramirez, which is in real life in the mid 80s was a serial killer, the Night Stalker, in that particular area of the world, in the country during that time. So there's an association with that. I'll just leave it at that. I mean, you see it in the preview anyway. And as well as you see the Psycho House. Oh, man. When I saw that Psycho House in the preview, I was like, oh, boy, this is going to be good. And I loved it. I loved what they did with that scene. I got what happened in the scene in the movie. It's amazing. It's a great movie. So what we're ultimately seeing here in this third film is a accumulation of Maxxine's journey to stardom. That's really what this movie is about. It's her journey to stardom. She wanted to be a star, and this is pretty much her entry into it. But there are people that coming back from the past, like I said, special people from the past that are coming back to, and who knows what happened in the events of X back in 1979, and they want to try to do something about it. They want to get in her way. She needs help. She's very closed in, of course. She's very guarded, very rebellious, because of her line of work and everything that's happened beforehand. So she won't listen to the cops. She won't. The only person she would listen to and connect with is this dude that runs a video store, and her and him have a platonic bond that he tries to help her out in whatever way he can. So see where that goes in this film. So that when you see all of these relationships kick in, you see the common denominator, which is this particular killer is trying to knock out her associates, her coworkers, her friends. Okay. And the cops want to understand why it's centered around her. She does not want to let them know anything about her past. So again, she's guarded. We also have Kevin Bacon in this film as a private investigator. It's amazing. Of course, Kevin Bacon's a legend, right? So you got Kevin Bacon, and then you got Lily Collins. For those of you who don't know who Lily Collins is, she is the daughter of one of my favorite artists, Phil Collins. Okay, and here she is in this movie. Great, 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 great role. It wasn't a big role, but it was still a role. And and it's funny how she's trying to make a horror movie, and she's getting this part in a horror movie, right? So because the whole thing is supposed to be horror. Now, was it really in essence a horror movie? For me, it wasn't. It was gory. It had its gory moments. There were oh my god. Okay, there was one particular scene. There was one scene where, let me just put it to you this way: all the guys in the theater, including me, was like, "Oh my god!" like that. It was bad. It was just bad. It was bad. It was bad. It was really bad. Here's my rating. I'm gonna give Maxxxine. I'm gonna give it 4 coffee cups. I really liked it. I really liked it, and I'm telling you, I'm so looking forward to getting all 3 films in one uniform collection, one uniform pack. That's my intention. I liked how it ended. The ending was phenomenal. I liked how it started. I liked everything in between, basically. I forgot the name of the director right now, but he did all 3 movies, and he did a great job. So this guy's got an eye. He definitely has the eye for filmmaking and for storytelling that has been lacking, mind you, a lot in the film industry as of late. There's some good ones that are leaked out. That there were some bad ones this year, and there were some good ones this year. This is one of the good ones. There's one for the books, people. 4 coffee cups it is. So, have you seen Maxxxine? It rhymes. Talk to me, let me know, and share your thoughts here on Horror and Coffee in the comments below. Consider subscribing if you like the content, and tap on the bell for future notifications for future Horror and Coffee content. All right. So until next time, the summer's just starting, people. Let's get this rolling. Horror movies. Bring it. Ralph Perez. Take care.